coming in as we're talking here.
But we're gonna jump it off with okay. You know, Greg Abbott, you're not supposed to make fun of disabled people, but he makes it hard for me not to put stairs in front of him everywhere he goes. Like, I've never met someone I can defeat so easily by just putting stairs in front of him, and he keeps finding a way to roll his ass up into some more trouble. Texas has managed to take over March in the not even March, February, in the mindsets of everybody because they just can't get right. Last week they were frozen solid. This week, the week before that, they was dealing with suing people because they were literally withdrawing hundreds of thousands of dollars from people's accounts. Shout out to Gritty, the electric company wholesaler who doesn't own electricity. Imagine that, a company who doesn't own electricity charging you for electricity. The hypocrisy. So hold on.
Bro, did you ever watch Martin, bro?
For the best, most of my knowledge, yeah.
All right, you remember the episode with MC Hammer, Rent 'em Spoons?
I remember MC Hammer, but I don't care.
Exactly what Texas electricity is like. Give you free power lines, rent 'em spoons.
And see, the thing that let me stop making fun and let's get to the serious stuff. This is what you guys are here for, right? Us cracking jokes on paraplegics, man. There's a spot in heaven for us, I promise you guys. But the problem we have right now is Greg Abbott next Wednesday is declared COVID defeated. Eric, we have won. There's no other challenge that can be challenged. There's no other hill that needs to be climbed. Texas is free. I'm going to let you go into why this is a problem. Opening Texas in a week from tomorrow.
All right, so here's the real issue that I see with it. First of all, there's some nasty sons of guns here. That just needs to go without saying. That's step one. Step two, there's 29 million estimated people here. Texas is supposed to be breaking records with administering 1 million doses a week. But I just found how convenient it is. We just saw these numbers as Governor Abbott is talking about opening the state back up. Now, listen, I'm going to just be completely honest and say I hate wearing a mask. Absolutely hate. Now that that's over, doesn't mean because stuff's open, I'm not going to wear my mask and wash my hands. You know how many people I see? And I'm just going to talk about guys because I never get to go into the women's restroom. That's weird. But you know how many dudes I see flush and rush, elbow cough, hand cough, and then be wanting to touch you, pat you on the back, bump elbows with you. I'm like, nah, bro. This is the reason why we in this situation
right now. No, bro.
Come on, bro. Like,
good point.
It's out of pocket. It's out of pocket, in my personal opinion. Heero and I are scientists first. We are in the medical field. We have a very demanding and very niche job that we do. But ultimately, we want to see the science. If I don't see any science, I can't support that. Now, I can't tell the governor what to do, obviously. But it doesn't mean that I'm not going to wear my mask. I'm going to wear my mask. And, it's funny because my wife was talking about it. She's excited because, her face is breaking out wearing the mask, so she's not going to wear it. But also, she got COVID and I didn't. No shade. Sorry, babe. I'm sure you watching.
Sounds like shade. Shawnee, that sounds like shade. But
she gonna jab me later, but I'm gonna take my jab.
The thing that you got to realize about this whole not wearing masks, it creates a social stigma, right? The thing that you don't want to happen is someone who wants to take care of themselves or take care of other people around them putting on the mask and being shunned for it. Because we saw the reverse of this, where people would get made fun of for not wearing a mask, and they would be publicly shamed. That's why we have so many Karens on this goddamn show now. But the opposite and negative can be true as well, because you might have a condition, you might want to protect yourself, and the overarching logic on this is that the mask is designed for you. It's designed to protect the people around you. It doesn't do as much as you think for yourself as it would do for your neighbor. That's the compassionate thing. For Texas to speak about Texas pride, compassion, and love, and all these great things, I find it strange that this is something you want to do. And let's not get it twisted. The story we're about to watch right now is going to give us a shocking look into something that is super important, because we just got a third vaccine as a country. We have Johnson & Johnson, but the numbers dictate that we are on the precipices. I fucked that word all the way up.
We're on the precipice.
There we go. Thank you so much. We have the opportunity to like kind of curve this the way we want and make this drop down to a point where we don't have to worry about it as much. But as we'll see in this article, we are on a slippery slope, and things can go south real quick. So let's take a second to hear this article out real quick, and we'll get to some of y'all comments in a second.
The first J&J vaccine doses began moving this morning, with UPS and FedEx again splitting deliveries. Inside each shipment, a GPS tracker. In Louisville, UPS driver Juliet Watson had the first shipment.
I'm making history. People can come back out, open the world back up.
The first J&J doses expected to go into Americans' arms within 24 to 48 hours, just as the latest CDC data underscores the need for more doses faster. After several weeks of declining cases, new cases are suddenly up more than 2% nationwide to 67,200 per day. Deaths are also up 2% to nearly 2,000 per day, just as some cities and states are relaxing COVID restrictions.
Please hear me clearly. At this level of cases with variants spreading, we stand to completely lose the hard-earned ground we have gained.
While the J&J vaccine appeared to be only slightly less effective in clinical trials than the Moderna and Pfizer vaccines, Dr. Anthony Fauci says true comparisons are impossible because the trials were done at different times with different populations when different virus variants were dominant. All offer critical life-saving protection.
We have 3 highly efficacious vaccines that also, as Dr. Walensky says, has a very good safety profile.
The J&J vaccine trials proved efficacy against several variants.
There were no hospitalizations or deaths in any.
Something else just played in my background. It's hilarious. Let's talk about this real quick. Eric, the thing that Johnson & Johnson has the ability to do and that could really help us shift the guard, they haven't talked about it yet in this article, but they'll make a mention of how there's only 5 million Texans as of like today who are vaccinated. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine is only a one shot. So it was technically designed for states like Texas, Florida, Georgia that don't want to get right because they scatterbrained their whole situation as far as getting it. The misinformation about the vaccine came through. Most people don't want to be stuck twice. I hear that. But there's an opportunity now for us to get one. But there's no research out there that states, hey, if you have it, it's going to protect you. And as Dr. Fauci just told us, the rate of transfer and the rate and time that these were tested were done with 2 different groups. The antigens, the process, the proteins, the mRNA, all of that stuff cannot be like drilled down to just believing that one vaccine cures all versions of it. The UK, South American, and South African variant is raising a lot of eyebrows. You feel me? So, Eric, from your perspective, you haven't got the vaccine yet.
Nah, but I got the antibodies. That's how I was able to avoid getting it when Shauna got sick. So apparently I've already had it.
So do you see this as an opportunity to take the new one?
Me?
If out of the 3.
First of all, I'm not taking the Johnson & Johnson. I'm not doing that. Like they got to redeem themselves. But the Moderna one has a higher efficacy rate, and the AstraZeneca one has a higher efficacy rate. I'd be more inclined to rock with those. Now the people that I know and I love, We'll go, first of all, listen, nobody's pressuring me into getting vaccinated. I do my due diligence before I go let anybody stick anything in my arm. So, yes. Second of all, I'm going to get it. I just wanted to see if people that are close to me, if they had any adverse side effects to it. I'm not finna be the first one to jump out and go get it. I'm gonna just be keep it a buck with y'all for real. But I am not opposed to it. I have to get literally every vaccination necessary for my job. Yes, and facts only that listen, speaking my truth, Nafi. Don't deny me that I'm speaking my truth. As weird as that sounds for me to say, because I don't know where the hell that came. That kind of rhetoric came from.
Eric
Anyway.
slowly coming over to the dark side.
No, this is my truth. Nah, I am probably most definitely going to get it unless something unforeseen happens, and I'm just like, nope. I'm glad I waited. I'm not getting it. So, but I know I have to get it because it's gonna be absolutely necessary for travel, and I don't want my travel restricted. I've only been out of the country once since I got my passport a year ago, and so I plan on doing a lot more traveling, and I cannot do that without a vaccine because these fools ain't finna let me leave or come back. So that's my main motivation for getting it.
So then it leads to the question once again, because I feel like we have to constantly have this conversation. Is it safe? Is this something safe to do? And the overall answer is always going to be yes for me. As a person who's now had the second shot for now going on 3 weeks, I'm here to report on my signs, symptoms, and superpowers. All right, Eric?
Yeah. And I'm going off the strength of my bro. My bro told me, listen, first of all, I don't trust many people. So if Heero went and got the shot and was like, yeah, bro, we good, go ahead and go. Okay, I go do that. Do that.
From my understanding, I still can't stick to walls. When I'm walking across the street from old white people, they still clutch their purses, so invisibility has not started working for me either. I have also tried to see if hardening works, like bulletproof thing. There's only one part of my body that can flex muscle hard on its own strength, so that's still not working. Needless to say, I don't have any superpowers yet. Not terribly disappointing, but I probably will be able to go to Nigeria now because I have this shot. And I just want to know what you guys think about it. I see some people saying they're not going to take the shot. Why or why not? Some healthcare people in here saying they're not going to take the shot. But I just want to say shout out to you guys real quick because we've hit 100 comments already. First part of the show. And we're already there. There's 7 people rocking with us right now. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys.
Shout out to the one person on Twitch. I always gotta give extra love to our Twitch people because they be sliding in on the low, not even saying nothing. Yeah, just being like, "Yo, we in here. We with."
And that's
y'all.
how you get these little characters down there. You got to go on Twitch. That's the only way you can get them. As you can tell, we took away the comment sections because it's just too much. Y'all be putting 100 comments up in the first episode. So we got to get rid of that. But in all seriousness, Johnson & Johnson has done a great thing here because they're going to give a lot of third world countries and a lot of poor countries the opportunity to do this. It can be stored in a normal fridge or refrigerator. So if there's no electricity, shout out to Texas, they can still facilitate putting this in a cold freezer full of ice. I can't help myself. But I think Greg Abbott is making a terrible mistake by opening up the state and not even giving their precaution, because we know that just because we had a 7% drop off this week, we had a 2% increase in hospitalizations and death statewide. So it goes without saying that just because we saw a little bit of success somewhere doesn't mean we should just disregard everything we've been doing thus far. I think we definitely don't benefit from treading lightly here, but that's just my opinion, Eric, and that's just been a story. Where can they find more of this nonsense?
They can find all the shenanigans right here on YouTube at The Identity Booth. You can go over to Instagram at The Identity Booth. You can go over to TikTok at The Identity Booth. You can go over to Twitter at The Identity Booth. And before you leave YouTube, make sure you go down in the description box. There's a link to Endurance 24. It's our fundraising project. and they're trying to raise at least $10,000. We're gonna blow that out of the water. We already know because we got some great identifiers who are gonna give to that cause. So click that. If you don't want to click that link, then click the one right below it for Amazon. All the proceeds that we steal from Jeff Bezos' pocket, we promise to donate to Endurance 24. So yeah, if you don't want to directly donate, just go ahead and buy your regular Amazon crap through our link, so we can at least get that money to the young kids, man. Y'all know Heero and Eric love the kids, so long as we don't gotta raise them.
Yeah, cause I've been lucky for 18 years. Ain't nobody knocked on my door yet, so thank God for that. But
and I'm sleep deprived, shorty on the line and we fuss and fight. Seems like every night, don't care who's wrong or right. I hope the end decide, slow it down and we can catch the vibe. But it's so hard to find through the daily grind, we're working overtime. And I'm sleep deprived, shorty on the line and we fuss and fight. Seems like every night, don't care who's wrong or right. I hope the end decide, slow it down and we can catch the vibe.